Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Tea&Art. I hope you all are well. So let's start today's video. So today's video, what I will be doing here is that I will be using this Vaseline and I'm going to spread this onto this trinket dish. So I selected this trinket dish. You can use any other mold you like. So with the help of a spatula, I'm going to use a lot of Vaseline on this mold. Just to let you know that this Vaseline is meant for my resin work. So I don't use this for my personal use. So please do take care of that. So it's like you're doing an icing on the cake here. I'm just applying, you can say, a very medium layer of Vaseline on this area. Just scooping some out and I'm just putting it onto the mold. And after doing so, with the help of I'm taking here a toothpick, you can use anything. I'm just removing the excess Vaseline from the sides because I just want it onto the middle side, not onto the sides. And after doing that, I'm using a heat gun to just smooth this up. The texture that is made with the spatula is going to be smooth with the help of this heat gun. I'm just very careful because I don't want it to melt too much, otherwise it's going to drip everywhere. After this, I'm going to put this into the freezer. So now it is out of the freezer. You can see that it is a very solid form. Now I have taken this paper cup and I have taken actually 2 paper cups. I will be using some other shapes in between. And I will be using this paper cup as making the design I want. So yes, I'm going to create a water ripple effect. So I have created some in the past also with the help of Vaseline and it was freehand, but now I'm going to use these paper cups. And on to the other one, I'm using a smaller one. And here we go, I'm gently pressing it. Because my Vaseline is very rock solid, because the reason is that I have put this into the freezer, so it is really working fine. So very carefully I'm removing this cup out. So I got the design, and in this way I will be creating different circles. And for this I'm going to use a smaller cup now, just making sure that I get a very sharp line. Sometimes something comes in your mind and you have to do it, otherwise you can't sleep. So this is one of those. I had to do it. I know a lot of people will think that this is a lot of work. You can make mold simply out of creating a ripple effect or the waves, but this is something just for fun. You can watch, and if you like it, you can try it. And in this way I will be creating all the circles. So this is almost done now, and after that I will be putting this again into the freezer for a few minutes, you can say. And this is out of the freezer, and I cut a fantasy paper according to the size of the middle area, and this is the resin that I will be using. It is a pre-made blue resin by Let's So Resin. You don't have to worry about adding a blue into your resin, so it is already done. You can do all of your ocean works with this. So I have mixed my resin, and now I will be very slowly pouring onto the Vaseline. I will be filling this halfway, and after that I will be adding the fantasy film that I cut already. And after that, very carefully I will be placing this fantasy film onto the resin, and before doing so I am going to use some resin on the top of it. Just rubbing a little bit. You can use isopropyl alcohol also in between, that is also helpful. I just went with doing the resin just a little bit here and there. And here we go. And after doing this, I am going to pour the rest of the resin and I'm going to fill this dish. This is done now and I will leave this to cure and I will see you next day. And this is the next day and let's see how this turns out. I'm super excited. So as you all know that there is Vaseline onto the mold, so I am really excited to see how this one turns out. So I didn't put this into the freezer again. It might have helped me, I don't know, but maybe next time. But I can see that a lot of Vaseline has transferred itself onto the resin piece here. But not to worry, I will remove that. So with the help of a spatula, I'm going to remove the Vaseline from the dish like this. So this is actually a sort of a DIY technique here. For this reason, you need to find what you can for creating some effects. And I will be scooping this out, and then with the help of a toothbrush, I will be rubbing it with a dishwashing soap and it will be removed easily. So not to worry about that. So this is how it is looking like. All done. And on to the next step. I'm just showing you. There are some air bubbles trapped, but I'm happy about that because this is a water trinket dish, so we love to see some bubbles. Now I have poured some resin on the top of this. I just want a very thin layer because I don't want to hide my ripples that are being made. Just a very thin layer. And I'm rubbing it with my hand. And after doing so, I will leave this to cure and on to the next step. And the next step is that I'm going to create some droplets. And for this reason, I'm going to use my Resin Clay. This is a UV resin clay and I do a lot of sculpting with this. This is really so helpful. Yeah, I think this is now very important part of my resin creations. And whenever I'm using it, I'm just thinking that I might run out of it and I need to buy more. Although there is a lot in there still, just a panic. All resin artists, I think, agree with this, that you need to have a lot of resin in front of your eyes. Otherwise, we get in a panic mode. So make sure to close the bottle because it is a UV resin, so you don't want it to be cured. Just take the amount you want. So with this, I'm going to create the droplet. So I went online and I just see the pictures how the droplets look like. So you just search them. And with the help of a toothpick, I'm just creating in my way. It's really up to you whatever design you want to go with. So after making them, I put them under the UV lamp so that they are cured. And now they are cured and now I'm going to put them into the center. I'm just putting a little bit of UV resin and then with the help of a tweezer, I'm going to hold them. And then I will be using my UV lamp to cure them. And in this way, I will be putting both of them. And after that, I did a little layer of UV resin on the top of the droplets to give that a clear finish. And now on the edges, I'm using and here I'm using some UV resin and I'm putting a little bit of drop here and there onto the edges of the trinket dish just to give a water effect here. And this is the final step, and after that I will be putting this under the UV lamp once again and let's see the final look. So this is the final look of this dish here. I really love how this turned out. The fantasy film has created its own illusion and I am really loving it, and the ripples you can create with Vaseline. Vaseline is such a versatile medium in working with your in resin. Yeah, I know it is a bit a lot of work for a lot of people, but still sometimes you like to try and do things. But all in all, it is a lovely dish, and I hope you like it and try it. And do let me know in comments if you like it or not, or if you have any suggestions. I will be very eagerly waiting to read your suggestions. So like, subscribe, and share. Thumbs up if you like the video, and if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so, and take good care of yourself. Bye bye.